You are a real estate photographer and you hate AI. I know. But if you're still using an overseas editor or you're up till 2 in the morning editing these photos yourself, what I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind. If you've been shooting real estate for any amount of time, you already know the job doesn't end when you pack up your gear. The shoot is almost the easy part. What kills your time and your margins is everything that happens after. The culling, the bracketed exposure blending, the window pulls, the color consistency, shoot to shoot, client to client. I want to talk to you today about how we solved that with a piece of software called AutoHDR and how it completely changed the back end of our workflow. We have 2 shooters, 1 person handling all the editing and delivery, and we're turning around same-day listings in a market where most photographers and all of our competition is still waiting 12 to 24 hours to even get the photos back. That's before they do quality control and before they sort them, send them, and all the rest of it. That's what automation looks like in practice, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how we got there. Let's be honest about the old model for a second. If you're editing everything yourself, you're trading hours of your life for something a machine can do better and faster. That's not a knock on your skills. It's just the reality of where technology is today. Every hour you spend in Lightroom pulling windows and blending brackets is an hour you're not shooting, not selling, not building. And if you're using a human editor, whether that's someone overseas charging you $1 per image, a domestic editor charging $3 to $5, you've got a different set of problems. You're dependent on their schedule. You're absorbing their sick days, their holidays, their inconsistencies, and when volume spikes, like it does every spring, your turnaround might suffer. Your clients feel it and your reputation is going to take the hit. We ran into this exact wall. We had 2 shooters doing solid volume and the editing pipeline was the bottleneck. Every single time. We couldn't scale without either hiring someone full-time or outsourcing to a team we didn't fully trust to match our look. Neither option felt right. And that's when we started seriously looking at AI. I want to be clear, I was skeptical. I tried a couple of AI tools early on and the results looked processed, oversaturated, fake skies that didn't match the light, window pulls that looked like someone just cut out a rectangle and dropped in a stock photo. That stuff doesn't fly with agents who know what a well-shot listing looks like, and especially the agents that were used to our hand-done images. But the technology has moved fast. What's available now is genuinely different. The software we landed on is called AutoHDR. You can find it at autohdr.com, and we have our affiliate link down in the description. It'll even get you some free credits if you click it. And the thing that separates it from what I've seen before is that it was built specifically for real estate. Not general photo editing, not portrait retouching, real estate, by people who do real estate photography. The interior exposure balance, natural HDR blending, accurate window pulls, color correction that stays MLS safe and doesn't push things into territory that misrepresents the property. The model was trained on over 1 million professionally edited real estate images. That's not a small thing. That's years of context baked into the processing engine. The results look like competent human editors did them. And for standard residential listings, which is the majority of what most of us are shooting, that's exactly what you need. Here's what the actual workflow looks like, because I think this is where it gets real for people. You finish a shoot, you come home, you do your cull, you pull your brackets. Instead of opening Lightroom and sitting down for 2 hours, you upload directly to the AutoHDR dashboard. You pick your preferred look, there's style options, and you submit. 20 to 30 minutes later, your edits are ready to preview. The industry standard with human editors is 8 to 12 hours. Some overseas services stretch that to 24. We're talking about going from a full day of waiting to half a lunch break. You preview the images before you pay for the download. If something's off, you don't download it. That pay per download model is something I genuinely appreciate because you're not locked into a subscription and paying for results you don't want. You only pay for what you actually use. Pricing when you're doing big volume is about 50 cents an image. Depending on your volume, it might go a little up from there, and that's American dollars. Compare that to 70 cents to $1 you're probably now paying with standard outsourcing, or the $3 to $5 of a premium human retouching. The math is straightforward. You're going to be saving money and time, and it's super reliable. There's also a feature called Human in the Loop, where you can bring in your own editor into the process for free. If you want a second set of eyes on specific jobs, that's a nice safety valve for higher stakes listings. I want to give you a real picture of what this looks like operationally, because I think numbers matter more than testimonials. We run 2 shooters. We have 1 person handling all the editing and delivery. That's it. 2 people total. I'm one of the shooters, covering a volume that used to require a big team or an expensive outsourcing arrangement. Because the turnaround is so fast, we can offer same-day delivery to our clients as a premium add-on, which is something almost no one else in our market is doing consistently. Because the turnaround is so fast, we can offer same-day delivery to our clients as a premium add-on, which is something almost no one in our market is doing. That alone can be a differentiator. Agents talk, and when you can promise a 9 a.m. shoot and have listing photos delivered that night, word's gonna get around. The consistency has been a quiet game changer. Shoot to shoot, the look is the same. There's no "this editor was tired." There's no batch that comes back with a different white balance treatment because someone changed their monitor settings. The AI doesn't have bad days, and it doesn't make mistakes. The time we've reclaimed back on the back end goes into the front end. More shoots, more marketing, better client relationships. That's the actual value of automation. It's not just a cost savings, it's capacity. I want to be straight with you about fit, because this isn't a solution for every situation. If you're already doing ultra premium luxury work where every image is going through extensive retouching, compositing, and bespoke sky replacement, AutoHDR probably won't be your primary tool. It's honest about that on its own website. But if you're shooting standard to mid-range luxury listings, which is most of the market, this is exactly what you need. Solo photographers who want to stop spending their evenings in Lightroom, small teams that need consistent output with headcount, photographers transitioning off overseas editors who have been burdened by inconsistent results or communication lag. Any of those situations, this solves your problem. The editing workflow is one of those things you get used to tolerating. You just absorb the time or the cost and treat it as overhead, but you don't have to. The tools exist now to do this properly, affordably, and fast. And in the last year, it's come a long way. Okay, just as a little bonus, I want to show you here a couple of the actual bracketed shots that I took raw out of the camera. And no, I'm not shooting raw, I'm shooting JPEG. That's the best way to upload to AutoHDR. It's just faster and it's not making a difference. I've tried raw, I started with raw, but now I've just fully switched over to JPEG because it's just way easier. I do shoot them pretty large photos though, and that's just in case people want to print. But anyways, on the left here, I'm gonna have some of the actual bracketed shots. And then on the right, I'm gonna show you what comes out of AutoHDR. If you wanna try it, the link is in the description. You can get started without a credit card and preview results before you even pay $1. See what it does to your own images, because the best way to understand what AI editing actually looks like in your workflow is to just run it through. 30 minutes later, you'll have your answer. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below.